In a previous video, we discussed what a vaccine is and how it helps to build long term protection. And in this one, we're going to explore how we build that protection at a population level and achieve herd immunity. So, herd immunity occurs when a large percentage of the population is immunised, either through exposure and survival of an infectious disease or by receiving a vaccination and the stimulation of the memory cell production. So, this is a really important step in being able to contain outbreaks and really reduce the spread of diseases. So, if we can reach herd immunity, we can really stop diseases in their track and it provides protection to everybody. So even non-immune individuals would be protected as there would be a much lower probability of coming into contact with infected individuals. So the actual percentage of the population that needs to be vaccinated in order to reach herd immunity, known as the herd threshold, does vary because of different factors. So it depends on the actual type of disease, how virulent that infectious disease is, how likely it is to make you ill. It depends on how effective the vaccine is at boosting or triggering that immune response. And it also depends on the density of the population, as if you live in quite a populous area, you're going to come into contact with more people, thus have higher odds of coming into somebody who does happen to carry the infection. So, different percentages for different diseases and in different populations. So, because vaccines are really effective at reducing disease rates and providing that protection at a population level, most established healthcare systems will include mass vaccination programs as part of that. So, here for NHS Scotland, childhood vaccines are a standard part of our healthcare and that can continue throughout the course of your life. So, if you're in a high risk group, you will be offered vaccines for many of the common infectious diseases that we live with. However, there can be some difficulties in actually rolling out these vaccination programs. In a lot of places in the world, this just might not be possible due to poverty or geopolitical situations. So, people might not have that access to the vaccine programs. Or, in other cases, what we tend to see in the developed world is a rejection by a small percentage of the population. So, not getting that vaccine, thus creating more individuals that can harbour the pathogen and increasing the odds of coming into contact with it again. So, vaccine programs really, really important because we do see that strong correlation of vaccine uptake is high, disease rates are low. However, if there is dropout for any of the different factors, then unfortunately we do start to see the disease rates increase again. So here are some past paper questions from this area. So pause the video, have a go at some of these, and hit play when you want to reveal the marking scheme. So the first question we have here, we're told the number of cases of whooping cough decreases to a very low level after the year 2000 because of herd immunity. So explain what is meant by the term herd immunity, and that's worth 2 marks. So what are some of the key things you would need to mention here? So it's about the large percentage of the population being immunised, that's the first mark. And the second comes from as a result of that mass immunisation. It means there's a very low chance that a non immune individual will come into contact with somebody who is infected. Next question. In many countries, herd immunity has been established against measles, but explain why people in these countries who have not been vaccinated are still protected against measles. So again, this is coming back to this idea of coming into contact with somebody who actually is carrying the pathogen. So, if the vast majority of people are vaccinated, this is quite a low chance. And finally, suggest one reason why widespread vaccination programs against measles are not possible in all countries of the world. Well, that could be to the idea of malnutrition, poverty, things that prevent access to the vaccine, or through the rejection or the lack of education that would lead to people opting out of uh, the vaccine uptake. So, any of these different factors could lead to not having access or not uptaking the vaccine. So, I hope this has helped explain the topic of herd immunity. But if you do have any questions, please let me know.